Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. First up, that's the question. What kind of potential do you envisage from the single-use ban of plastics, and have you already started getting concrete inquiries from these FMCG players, etc.?
Yes, it's a good move where it will provide some boost to the paper demand and particularly the packaging demand. In fact, prior to 1st July, this was already there in the air about the first single-use plastic ban. So many of the people, they have already shifted from plastic to paper, and this is what we saw in last 6 months. The demand of food grade packaging material has gone up substantially, and we could see the actual demand and offtake in the last 6 months. So from 1st of July, there may be some more application. This is what and is going to be good for the paper industry.
Mr. Mehta, could you quantify it with some numbers in terms of what kind of order inflow are you seeing? Are you increasing your capacity on back of that? What's the capacity utilization level?
See, it's very difficult at this point of time because, as I said, that the demand has already gone up, and there's already a strong and robust demand of a food grade packaging material. In fact, we added our capacity only in the month of January 22, where we commissioned our new project in Gujarat involving a 2,000 crore investment, which is only for a virgin packaging board. And in fact, in the next 3-4 months itself, we are already running at 90% of the new capacity. So that itself indicates that there is a good demand, and even the new capacity has already been absorbed in the market.
Mr. Mehta, good afternoon. This is Cheryl also joining in the conversation. And with the recent GST meeting that is underway, what reports are suggesting is that the GST rates may be increased from 12% to 10% on aseptic packaging paper. Could you tell us what would this impact be? Because given that there's a rise in the GST rates, will this mean that there will be a rise in taxes for the customers as well? Will you be able to pass it on?
See, to my mind, I mean, whatever the GST will be paid on the input, which is a packaging material for the end user, means the juices or the liquid, because the aseptic packaging paper is used for the liquid being sold in the market. So whether it is the lassi or juices or whatever it is. So ultimately, when the rate of GST is unchanged, so unless there is a change of GST on that basic material, is not going to have any impact, because whatever the higher rate of GST is paid on packaging material, there will be input tax credit available to them.
Right. Also, in a bid to protect the domestic paper industry, the Commerce Ministry has decided to make registration compulsory for importing major paper products. How do you actually see this move? Do you really think that this will be a huge benefit for the domestic paper industry?
Yes, I would say that this was a demand that the industry has been demanding from last many months, because there were many misuses and the wrong declaration and the dumping in the country by many players from the Southeast Asian countries, including China. So we were only saying that even if there is a need for a specific paper, let there be some system of monitoring that import. Otherwise, the domestic paper is already available for all these applications. So this is what the demand has been. So it will at least, I mean, the control and monitor the wrong practices, wrong declaration, and the wrong import. Whatever is the actual user, if they want to import, I mean, by all means, they must declare and import.
So Mehta, that point is taken, but coming to your company specifically, can you talk to us about how the margin trends will pan out? Because I was looking at a few years, and it does look like that you've managed to increase your margins in FY22, and this is despite the pressure coming in with the increase in raw material prices. Going forward, A, how do you see the prices of paper moving? And secondly, what kind of impact do you envisage on the margins?
See, I would say that with the number of actions we have taken, and particularly when you have a higher volume, then the semi variable and the fixed cost goes down as far as the per ton is concerned. So in fact, 22-23, we would see again a major volume increase because our new capacity has just come in. So it will be a kind of a 30 to 40% increase in the volume, which will give us an advantage of a lower fixed cost. This is one part. Yes, the input cost has gone up, but since we did a major plantation in our Odisha and Telangana facility, so that should give us again a sustainable advantage on a lower raw material cost. Energy, of course, is an area of concern because the coal availability and coal cost has gone up. But the only thing is that on a strength of a robust demand, we could pass on the input cost increases in the market. So I mean that way I would say that we have a position which is relatively better than maybe the other sectors.
Right, Mr. Mehta. Let me talk about your net debt to EBITDA ratio. It has actually improved in FY22. Should we expect some more improvement in this financial year as well?
Yes, of course. The net debt of March 22, I think it was close to 2,600 crore. And by end of this year, I think it should be lower, less than 2,000 crore. So that kind of a reduction should take place.
Okay, Mr. Mehta, we'll let you go on that note. Thank you so much for joining us and
Thank you so
sharing
much.
your perspective of where the industry is headed, what kind of impact could this move have, and more importantly, how the trajectory is looking like for the company as well.